Yo, welcome into the Fantasy BFS DFS show. What's up, you sickos? We got your host. We got Cassidy. We call him Dub around here. We got Smitty. We call him Waterbet usually, but it's me this time. Let's roll. Let's have some fun, boys. And of course, me, your boy, Brian. So, Cassidy, what's up, man? Your segment, the professor. Tell us about DFS, man. How are you feeling about DFS halfway through the year and all your contests and everything?
You know, honestly, this week, it's kind of like my salvation. I had a really, really hard week in my season longs, and it's hard to keep your motivation up sometimes when you get those smackdowns, in those teams that you've got to stick with all year. But DFS, man, it's a clean slate every week, and there's a lot of exciting plays on the slate. And so I kind of use this like my little, it's my pick-me-up.
I love it, man. I need to, my halfway through the season it's embarrassing learning publicly in front of people because this is bad. Smitty, what's up, bro? How are you doing out there in LA, man? Is it temperature's nice, getting that ocean air?
Yeah, and today I'm dry. But by the way, I have to say this out loud. Cassidy, you barely snuck third place from me. You took it right from me.
In the last couple seconds of the game slate, like it was over. You had it, and then yeah.
Cassidy,
I snuck my way in.
Fourth quarter of those games. You were losing the water bet to me. You were down. We both had players going. I thought you were going to get wet, and then I look up like 2 minutes later. I'm like, oh, no.
I know. Yeah, fourth quarter of the afternoon games, I thought I was getting wet. And, my guys kind of pulled it together at the last minute, which is great.
Oh, man, that's friggin' hilarious. So tell me about Podium last week. Who rocked it out?
Yeah, we've got a new appearance on the podium, at least at the number one slot. We've got Tony, the commissioner of the Corona Couch Coaches, Ow My Balls, taking down the number one spot. I'm sure he's really happy about that. My boy Colorado Joe, who we talked about last week, Joe's back on the podium, taking down number two. And then we just talked about it, man. I stuck my way in there, back on the podium in the 3 spot.
So we always hear Colorado Joe, all that good stuff. So who did they pick, man? What players got him there? Because who did I not have on my team that I should have?
I think this is what Tony played, and I'm sure he'd be really excited to talk about this, but he went for that Dak CD stack. Now, that was an expensive stack. It was like $14,000, but that was a 70-plus point buzzsaw, and, that really put you on the board. But there's a couple other really good plays out there. Somebody played Stroud. He was great at 6,000. He put up 44 points. And Tank Dell, if you plugged him in, he was like a $5,000 wide receiver that put up 32 points. So some people punted with Noah Brown. I mean, there was some great slate-breaking plays last week.
Smitty, Noah Brown, dude, that's your boy. You welcome him into fantasy football on another podcast, and he goes ham. Oh, my goodness. What do you think of those players, Smitty? I mean, those dudes, some random names.
I just wish every single one of them were on my roster. That's all.
Yeah, totally.
I can't. I didn't even look at it. So you gave us the tips to go back and look at your roster. Not happening this week. I don't even know what
just move on. It's fine.
I moved on, but who were my anchors? I'm sure everyone you're about to tell me was on my team.
Probably, I think that two of the most popular plays last week were Saquon and Kamara because they've just been getting insane usage, but they're expensive. Those were $8,000 guys, and at least one of those guys was in just about everyone's lineup. I had a lot of lineups out there where I had them both, but they failed. They were 10. So Kamara put up 11 points. Saquon had 14, but when you spend $8,000 on those guys and you need to 3x, that doesn't get it done. So they're gonna bog your roster down and keep you off the podium when that happens.
Yeah, it's I know the feeling because I hit the podium week 1, first time I ever did DFS. I'm like, I'm so good at this game.
This is easy.
This is so easy. Oh my goodness. So so talk about this week. We'll still talk cash locks. Smitty, who's your cash lock this week?
You know what? I learned last week you gotta pay up for this position, especially if they have a great matchup. So my cash lock is the Cowboys defense.
Wow.
Yeah. I think they're going – I mean, Giants got nobody over there but Saquon. And Saquon was pretty much held down last week, so I think the Cowboys are going to embarrass that team.
I'm so mad at you right now because legitimately I was going to go a defense as my cash lock, and I thought I would have – everyone would be like, what the hell, you're going to defense? So now I can't even do that because you had the balls to do it first. Cassidy, what's your cash lock, and what do you think about the Dallas D?
That's really funny that he said that because he said like he's learning that you have to pay up at that spot. Like actually, the numbers say the opposite. Like you really should just punt that position because we're
Oh,
really bad, honestly, as analysts at projecting defensive points. They're all over the board, and so spending up is typically not a good strategy. But I'm not going to lie, I think it is this week. It's awful what's going on in New York. I mean, it's like it's not even like fun to see, right? And so I do think that Dallas is going to do bad things to that offense, and it would be fun to have that defense in your lineup this week.
You don't think
Um,
that DeVito can go ham? You don't think he can just
I
go
don't
out there
think
and
so.
ball?
No,
I'm
no, I don't
forced
think
to,
he can.
you guys. I am forced to start him in a dynasty
Yeah,
squad this week
yeah.
because I
oh my
can't play
God.
Zach Wilson, and this was a league that I had an injury. Oh, it's so
This
bad.
super flex. I mean,
It-
legit.
oh,
There might be like non quarterback plays that are better, dude. I'm not even.
dude, it is. Yeah, I know, but I'm trash. So, oh
Yeah,
man, that's hilarious. So, cash lock of the week. Who's yours, Cass?
yeah. I think I got a good one. In fact, it's so good that I almost don't want to tell the league. But I think Joe Mixon is the lock this week. You know, I'm just looking at his projections. He's $6,200, but like if you kind of sift through the tea leaves, you've got T. Higgins popped up with a hamstring. I don't think he's going to play. You've got Jamar Chase, who's got his back is hurt this week. They're going up against Houston, which allows a lot on the ground, and I think he's going to be necessary. And I just think his boy Burrow's going to lean on him. He's going to get a tremendous amount of usage, and at that price, I want him in my lineup.
Amazing.
That's an.
Amazing.
I need to learn to start thinking like that.
Right.
100%. Um, that's a great cash lock. You boys are actually just taking crap from me, man. I hate it. I want to talk a little Joe Mixon too, but
Who you
I'll move
got?
off that. Let's just go with Hollywood. Let's go. It is
Yeah,
Hollywood
it's time.
round time.
I
Cash
love it.
lock at 5,200 with K1 coming back and no Cliff the Whip. Let's roll. That's my cash lock. It's a coming out party for those two boys. They're best friends.
I love it.
Uh, yeah. What do you think about that as a Rams fan, Smitty? K1's back.
To be very honest with you, he was Brown was in my lineup, but then I remembered that Call of Duty is dropping tonight, and I am not excited about
That's
that
so
stat
funny.
because that seems to be
Yes.
somewhat sticky. So I had to
Yeah.
take him right out. I took him right out, and I can't wait to tell you who I replaced
Yeah.
him with.
I love it. The Call of Duty analysis is good.
The best part is you told me that like 30 minutes ago, and I totally forgot it. It's just as funny the second time.
I know.
Dude,
We got Taylor Swift analysis. We got Call of Duty analysis. We got all the good takes.
I
yeah,
know.
yeah. You heard all these first here on the DFS BS show. So let's read off some lineups and let's get into some tips. And guys, I got to tell anyone that's watching this, we did another podcast right before this that I paid off a waterbed and did it 3 times. So I've been soaking wet for literally an hour and a half. So this is number 4.
Oh,
Oh, this is so brutal. I don't want to go through this ever again. Oh my goodness. Smitty, who is your quarterback?
I'm going Jared Goff for $6,400 dollars. Jared Goff.
Jared Garf. I love that pick. Gas, who's your quarterback?
You know what? I'm going Sam Howell. He's been shockingly
Ooh.
good. He's getting it done, man. He's like second in passing yards. He's going up against Seattle, who are terrible, and he's only $5,900.
I'm curious who you're going to
Great
stack.
value.
I'm curious who you're going to stack him with because
Yeah,
I think that's incredible value.
yeah.
Quarterback, I'm going. If I'm going Hollywood as a cash lock, someone's got to throw him the football, right?
All right, let's
Day
do it.
one. I got a
Week
running
one.
quarterback. I realize he's coming back off of injury. I just don't care. That is $5,900 with a chance of, who
59?
knows? Who knows? So K1, let's roll. 2 running backs, boys. Smitty, who do you got for your 2 RBs?
I got Tyler Algier at 47, and oh no, I didn't write it down. You guys go real quick.
All right, we'll come back to you.
So, yeah, we'll come back to you. Can we just like eliminate an RB position now? Is he just or do we
Yeah,
give
he
him?
doesn't have
do we
one.
give
He's
him
going
a
to play one
mulligan?
running back.
Yeah, we might give you a mulligan, Smitty. So who are your running backs, Cass?
All right, I already told you Joe Mixon's in my lineup, so he's locked in. And then This other guy's not been getting it done. It's crazy how much money he is. He's $7,300, but I'm going to lean into that Dallas just trounces New York Giants narrative and plug Tony Pollard in, man. I think this is his week. I just don't see how. I just don't see it failing, man. They're going to give him the ball over and over and over again. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants.
I can't agree more, and you damn well know in the League of Record, I have been trying to trade for Tony Pollard all week.
Yeah.
I didn't put him in this DFS for the single factor that I don't want to win here and lose there.
I know.
I don't want that. So, but it's going to
funny.
happen. Smitty, did you figure out who your second running back is?
Yes.
Do you went with Algier and
Jalen Warren for 5,000.
Good. Wow. He's going to have some strong wide receivers. We can already tell.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Cassidy, I agree 100% with your analysis on Joe Mixon. He's in there, $6,200. I get that Montgomery's coming back for my other running back. I get what's happening, but I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to play football, and I think he's going to be on the field a lot. So I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs and Joe Mixon as my RBs. Let's hear three wide receivers. Cassidy, we'll go with you first because I want Smitty to make sure his technology is working, and he's got his three wide receivers.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to take Mike Evans going up against Tennessee. I think he's a slam dunk. Jahan Dotson, he's our dude. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. He's questionable, so if something happens, I may pivot. But at this point, Dotson's in my lineup at only $5,000. And I'm going back to Tank Dell. He got it done last week. Nico's a little bit banged up. I think Houston's absolutely on fire. And that's my bring it back against my Cincinnati running back. So Tank Dell, he's only $5,500.
Fantastic. Those are that.
Evans, Dotson, Dell. So they're middle road guys, but I think they'll come together, get it done.
I'm going to get wet next week. I can already feel it. Smitty, who are your three wide receivers? And I'm looking at my lineup right now, and I'm realizing, man, I just really made a mistake.
I first off want to mention I have
right now. But Smitty, who you got?
5,600. Surprisingly, still cheaper than Christian Kirk, who's 6,000. I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't believe that. So, yeah, I got Ridley in there. I also have Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown with Mike Jagoff for 80. And then I pivoted from Marquise Brown to Deontay Johnson for 54, just literally only because of the PPR situation. If he's going to get those receptions, then let's just get those points.
Boys, this is going to be a tough week for us, man. We have a lot of the same players. I went with my three wide receivers. I can't agree more. Deontay Johnson. I went ahead and threw Sun God in my lineup. And you know what? I just think I just don't like the Chargers defense. I think Detroit's just a much better team. And I already said my stack with Hollywood. So let's talk about tight ends. I'll read mine off. Evan Ingram got paid. All he does is go out there. He gets his targets. That team's kind of, on the upward trend. When I'm looking at $4,500 for Evan Ingram, I'm like, you know what? Sign me up. Here's your contract. Jump in my DFS. Carl, who do you got for your tight end?
Sam Laporta for 5,700. I mean, the guy really he's a touchdown machine. And what I mean by that is, he gets a touchdown in each game. So that's all I wanted that position. Just a touchdown, please.
Yeah.
That's all we need, just a little bit. Cass, who you got?
Samuel, say his name. Just kidding. I'm going back to my boy Trey McBride. Kyler's back. He's got a juicy matchup. He's $3,500.
I love it. That's what I wanted to do, but I could not trust K1 coming back, having Hollywood doing the double stack with. I was like, you know what? I would avoid that. I'll go with Ingram on there. Flexing, boys. So who you getting strong? Who you pumping up? Cass, you were flexing on a podcast 2 weeks ago, so flex it up. Who you rolling with?
Yeah, and 2 weeks ago I was double flexing tight ends. I'm going to do it again. Dalton Schultz, $4,900.
Love it.
He is on fire, dude. I'm going to stay in the flames with that boy.
I see this as a volatile play.
Smitty, who you
I'm
got?
Excited, but also not. But Raheed Shaheed for 4,300. I just want one long bomb. That's all I want. And if we can get at least two, I mean, if we can get a long reception and a touchdown,
Dude,
like
You can
just
get
like
it.
two separate things, I'd be happy. So Raheed Shaheed.
dude, that boy can do it, man. That boy is freaking fast, man. Man, I kind of thought Derek Carr was a good quarterback. You guys have heard me talk about that, not for fantasy, but I'm kind of wishing they had a better quarterback because those, those wide receivers with Shaheed there, man, they could be electric. And they got a good tight end. It's horrible. So, anyway, so I'm going to repeat, rinse and repeat a little bit of what Cassidy said. Spot on analysis. I'm on the hype train. Let's let it roll. The touchdown in the end zone last week when number one, Dotson, dived, catches it. That boy is legit. I'm throwing him,
Yeah.
I'm flexing him this week.
Right.
And then defense, I was gonna mess around and make it my cash lock. I am telling you, Arizona Cardinals are winning this friggin' football game, and they're gonna make Atlanta look like crap. It has nothing to do with statistics, analysis. This is all my heart. So if it's the opposite, it's not my brain. I just want this to happen. Let's go. We need some
Yeah, the
energy here in
Cowgirls,
Arizona.
44.
Smitty, who's your defense? Never mind. We know who yours is. Giants. Or Cowgirls, yeah. Who are you going to close us out with, Cassidy?
You know what? I almost never do this. I usually just punt the defense. It doesn't seem to matter if you do or don't. But I'm plugging the Cowboys in, man. $4,400. It's crazy. I honestly don't even recommend doing that. But to 3x, they only need 12 points, and I just don't see how they don't get 12 points against the Giants. You know, I mean, Danny DeVito's going to spend the afternoon on his back. So let's play the Giants.
All right. We set the lineups. They're completely set. But boys, before we close this one out, okay? I want to have a little bit of fun here, and I want to do a would you rather. Would you rather live in a world where you can dance instead of walk, or dance instead of walk, or sing instead of talk? Which one would you rather do? Have to literally dance everywhere or sing through conversations? And with this question, you're the only one in the world that is actually doing it. So when you're on the phone, the other person's talking like a real person, and everybody else is walking while you're dancing. Cassidy, which one would you rather?
Oh, that changes everything. I was envisioning everybody was doing this. And I was thinking, man, a world where everyone was
No.
dancing would be so cool. Like, that just sounded so fun to me. But you know what? I don't have a good singing voice. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just, shimmy on over here, shimmy on over there. I want to be dancing everywhere.
Cass, can you dance? Do you got rhythm?
No, I don't. It's terrible. I'm so white. But I'm
Oh,
still going
God.
to I'm going to give it my best.
So would you go with like flare hands and all that as you're walking?
You might have to.
I'm just going to learn how to do the gritty. And I'm just going to do the gritty everywhere I go.
Let's.
Oh my God. That would be epic. I'd be like, that's the coolest dude ever. Oh my God. Carl, what would you rather do? And by the way, I customized this entire would you rather because I want to hear you sing because I think I know what you're going to say. What would you rather do?
Okay, and you said, okay, now hold on. You said if I'm the one choosing to dance instead of walk, then everyone else has to sing? Is that what you said?
No. I'm just saying if you have to dance, everyone else is walking. You're the only one dancing.
Oh.
And if you're having a conversation, you're the only one singing, bro.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you either
yes.
have to always dance or always sing.
That's why Cassidy's over here like a beach boy just going dance, dance, dance.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Smitty, what do you want to do?
Now, see, the thing about dancing everywhere you go is I feel like that's actually great exercise. I feel like that's a little bit better exercise than just straight walking. So I'm definitely going to choose a dance. Lose some lbs, have a little fun, just get it from A to B. Oh yeah, I love it. And
I
gritting
thought-
my way everywhere sounds perfect.
I thought for sure you were going to do singing. You're always talking about karaoke, bro. Come on, man.
Karaoke is life.
I can't believe that. You know what? So I will tell you this. I had a funny moment in my life when I was going to college. I had a professor in a class who had a stroke years before, and he couldn't talk, but he could sing. He literally sang the entire thing while he was like teaching us, and he had a good voice. It was actually kind of cool. I am totally singing. I don't care about my voice. I just don't care, man. I'm a dude that just had L5S1 fusion surgery. This body is not made for speed. It's made for comfort. So I'm going to sit my ass down. I'm just going to sing all day. That's how I'm going to roll. So what do we got on this one? We've got 2 dancers and 1 singer.
Yeah.
I mean, just for the exercise purposes, but I mean, the singing sounds a lot more fun, but
That's gonna be
for
awesome.
the exercise purposes, gotta dance, gotta gritty my way in.
So, okay, we're going to close this out, but I want to just talk about this dancing thing a little bit. So let's talk about, like, just getting up to go get water, and there's 50 people in their cubicles. I mean, what, like, that's ridiculous.
That's when you moonwalk. You got to moonwalk to go get your water.
Woo!
Oh, my God.
You want this world, Cassie. You want this.
Yeah,
world.
it wouldn't be bad. I thought it'd be great if everyone was doing it. It'd be like such a fun place to be.
You know, so in my world, if it's that embarrassing, I can choose to be a mute. I mean, I do have that option. So,
Yeah.
you know, you feel like he just doesn't talk. So, all right, there you have it. We'll do stupid crap like this. But good luck, sickos, on the fantasy. I hope I don't get wet. Let us know anything you need. Cheers, guys. Any last words?
Just get into the contest. Let's play.
Let's go, sickos. Cheers.